Guys, hope you're all well. Nice to see some of you dropping in. This is great. We'll give it a couple of minutes, and then, as per, just drop us in your questions. The dulcet tones of Mikey and Fraz, unmistakable.
It's like those sounds you use to fall asleep.
All right. There we go. Okay, yeah, guys, throw us in any questions you've got. We've been doing a little bit of filming this morning. Want to grab those shafts? We've been testing the full gambit of graphite versus steel shafts for irons. Lots of you still out there wondering whether you should be playing graphite, whether you should be playing steel. What differences are there between the two? It was an interesting test. I thought it was pretty interesting to see your reaction to sort of going back and forward. We alternated between one steel, one graphite, one steel, one graphite, and there was definitely some distinct differences.
Definitely. I think when you get questions, or we get questions, whether it's a DM or whatever, being like, I played this steel, should I play this graphite because it's the same weight? It doesn't really, well, you'll see in the video, but it doesn't really work like that in the end of the day.
Yeah, indeed. All right, let's get into some action here.
Dennis, greetings from Saskatchewan. Probably have
Dennis.
Snow already.
I tell you who doesn't have snow. Us.
We won't have snow till January.
Gorgeous.
Golf season will be till December 1.
Hopefully. That'd be nice.
That'd be so good.
Be lovely. All right. Tate is asking, Accra iSteel red versus green, differences and similarities in feel and profile. Well, that was one of the shafts we had in our testing. So the handle is technically the same. It's a dynamic gold butt section, as we've done videos on in the past. The biggest difference comes when you transition into the Project X or the rifle part of the shaft. You said you hit the green. Yeah. Best feeling shaft you've tried.
I liked it a lot. I mean, Modus is obviously a comfort, but the green, easy to load, really good feel, stable. It was nice, really good.
Without a doubt, it was really good. I've been playing the red
a long time now.
Well, since the summer, early summer. I've been certainly playing the red for that long. Been playing those in my 243, 245 combo. Is it in a 245? One of my 245s is an O-band. But they feel really good, really solid. I like the flights on them. Yeah, I haven't, said to you earlier, I just haven't had an inclination to want to change it. It's the biggest compliment I can probably give them.
Super chat from Chris. Any word on Mizuno Pro S3 release? Also, is Mizuno coming out with new woods for 25?
They are not coming out with new woods for 25, but yeah, they obviously have teased out this new line of irons that they've got coming. I think people really like what they have up their sleeve.
I like the look of them, yeah.
Me too. Look really nice. Look really nice. Should probably address the news or the sort of update on the channel and stuff like that. I know some people are saying, like, are you going to talk about the elephant in the room? So for those of you who don't follow myself on social media, I think it was towards the end of last week.
Who doesn't follow you? Come on.
I'm sure there's some are maybe not that.
Shall we first see if Starbucks got the tea order right, folks?
I can tell, so it's too dark.
Both bags in.
That's not bad. So I announced the end of last week that I have left the position of general manager at Club Champion in my role of running the stores. Obviously transitioned from TXG into Club Champion, and you know we've almost been in that position for, it'll be 3 years, just 2 months shy of 3 years. So it's been a lot longer than a lot of people realize. I've had a lot of people messaging me going, wow, like you guys have only just, had sort of Club Champion take over TXG. Why are you leaving so soon? It's not really that I'm leaving so soon. It's just the right time to leave. It's just the right time to sort of pursue other things for me and some other ambitions that I've got, and that's really what it comes down to. It's nothing against what I had been doing at all. Nothing in the slightest against that. More to do with the ambitions and the freedom I need to do the things that I want to do, which is ultimately what it comes down to. So we'll be continuing the videos through to January. That's the plan. Just kind of keep things as they are into the new year, and then you'll see some new faces, and you'll see a bit of a transition in the new year. You might see the odd video from myself that's filmed in 2024 and released in 2025, but you will see a new cast of team members on the channel in 2025. So yeah, that's, I mean, if anyone has, we won't, obviously, I don't want it to, certainly by any means, these lives are about you guys. They're certainly not about, me or us or whatever we do. But if there are other questions that we see kind of popping up, regular, happy to address those as well. Yeah.
Good run.
Very good run. Great run.
It's been a great run.
It has been a great run. So very thankful for all of it, no doubt about it. All right, what we got?
Our boy, Alexander Chung. Question about training aids. Out of the two, would you go for speed training, i.e. super speed or something like a Pro Sender? Remind me, I have something in the trunk for you.
Oh, yeah.
I know they do different things, but speed would be better, or strike. Sorry, folks, I read that like I've never read anything before.
It's a tricky one that I would say, Alexander, you're balancing structure versus speed. Sometimes you just need more speed. And I know from doing my own work, I actually didn't find my swing structure suffered all that much when I got faster. I've actually had a harder time as I've lost speed with certain technical positions. It just depends, what do you need more of? I mean, Pro Sender's an incredible training aid. It really is. For the structure, it gets your wrist conditions into the sort of arm and wrist connection relative to your pivot, like all that sort of stuff. You just need to watch the people who use it in the demonstration swings that they make. I mean, you basically look at it and go, yeah, I want to do that. Just help me do more of that.
Yeah.
I know there's something that I've been working on my own swing recently, is being a little bit more sort of structured with the right elbow, with the lead wrist, actually both wrists, the trail wrist, a little bit more cupped, and it's really, really helped me with the structure of my swing. So try and sort of, it sounds maybe a little bit basic, but like a pros and cons, like what would you gain if you gain speed? What would you gain if you gained a bit more structure and consistency in your ball striking?
Here's a name I haven't seen in 3 years.
Whisker.
TXG Friendship Bracelets, made in his basement, are handed out at Taylor Swift concert. If anyone's watching and is in Toronto and needs 2 extra Taylor Swift tickets, I have 2 for sale.
Do you? You not take them anymore?
Trust me, if I sell those 2, we'll go somewhere else.
Is that why you bought them?
I had 4. 2 are going to be used and 2 are for sale.
2 seconds. Empty out these tea bags.
Pay for a trip.
Is that how much Taylor Swift tickets go for?
Yep. That's my era. Sell them. What else? Warren, IP. Hi, looking at a set of Apex 21 irons, but have concerns with swing weight. I play 1 inch shorter with not so light grips, mid-size CPX. Are tip weights the only option to regulate swing weight?
Not the only option, but they are going to be one of the options you're going to want to look at. I mean,
you could almost dabble in a mid-size.
What light mid-sizes are out there?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Wind Grip has a super light mid-size grip. To be honest with you,
What is it, like 40 grams or something?
Yeah, Jumbo Max has got those lighter ones as well, the ultra lights.
Yeah.
So that might be your best bet if you don't want to get into tip weights. But tip weight's not the worst thing.
No, definitely
It's not the best thing. You already have the heads. I said you could get maybe some heavier heads, but yeah, maybe a lighter grip would be your best bet.
And I would say don't be too sort of concerned about even putting, tape behind the kind of centre of the club. I think if there's only so much mass we we want to relocate. We don't want to relocate too much. You know, always think of it in the terms of the percentage points of the overall head mass. So if you're down at 250 grams, you go up to 300 grams. Like I don't really like to move more than probably 3% of head weight. I'm not big on moving much more than that.
Rob Potter wants, Mikey and Patty should front it up, no one else on the new channel. Rob Potter, that's a big no. Golf's too ugliest, will not be on this channel. Sorry, Patty. Tommy Shanks. Does Club Champion UK have lab putters to test, including shaft options? Basingstoke is my local. I know they definitely have lab.
I'm sure they do. I only know what's in the, obviously talking, I only know what's in Scotland.
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, in the Glasgow store, they're doing really, really well with the lab putters. And I know the boys both really like them. I don't know, to be honest, what's in Basingstoke. Honestly, reach out to them, give them a call. You know, the guys, Jason and the guys, would be happy to help.
Shannon Ernest, opinion on the new C725 from Tour Edge.
You'll need to just hang on a wee bit, Shannon. You'll need to hang on. It's coming soon. We filmed it last week. Do you know, we're actually twinning today.
Yeah.
A black vest and a... I don't know what you're doing there. You hold up a flag or something?
Just, you know,
Two
pals.
Couple of twins. What are you going to say?
Nothing.
Go on. Rob Potter, golf thoughts on the new Cobra driver. Surprised they've brought these new dark speed additions. Is it bringing more to the party or run out of ideas? Rob, I think when you see what Cobra have up their sleeve for this new line of drivers, it's not that they're running out of ideas. They're bringing the ideas. They're changing the game with these new drivers. If you think drivers are currently, you know, customizable, fittable, you know, wait till you see what they've got coming. It's special.
Jason Giff, I owe you a reply back on a DM, but he's happy for you.
He owes me several replies.
Oh, aye, very good. Let's play that one, folks. 1 week and he's forgotten my name.
Message you all the time.
Oh, listen.
I've got the proof.
Ah, so do I.
Your phone not working.
Kyle H.
Yes. A New Year tour, what's that?
Era Tour is the whole Taylor Swift thing.
Oh, okay.
She has like different eras.
Oh, nice.
Aye.
Me too. Me and Taylor got into tour. Kyle, we'll be seeing you both after the new year. No, probably not. I mean, that's the reality of it, isn't it? No, I mean, the harsh and unfortunate truth of that for both of us more than, you know, I feel for the people who enjoy watching us together. Nobody, it's not harder for anyone other than as hard as it is for us that we're not going to be sitting here doing stuff like this together and doing, you know, the stuff that we've been doing for, I mean, the channel's been going for 8 years. You and I have been going for a heck of a lot longer than that, so.
Too long, some say.
Some might say.
I will say this weekend at the club, there was a lot of guys that came up that do watch the channel, and they're like, oh, I'm going to miss, you know, you two going back and forth, banter kind of thing, so they'll miss it. I won't. This lad, by the way, has his own plane.
Uh-huh.
He sent me a DM, and I saw on his profile he flies his own plane, so we need to get to Denver sometime. He said he'll fly us about. We're coming.
Listen, the last time you talked to me about you and I flying anywhere, you were the pilot. You were doing your pilot / tell the guys.
I tried to get my recreational pilot's license.
Honestly,
I was devastated I didn't do it.
You actually...
I went a couple times. I had like 8 hours of it.
I know.
One day I will have my Rex pilot license.
You promised to fly me to the Hamptons to play golf.
How good would that be? That'd be good content.
I know.
A wee Cessna, 2 pals.
That would be the content. That really would be. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll be walking to the Hamptons.
Stephen McConnell is planning to see Joe in Glasgow to look at the Lab DF3 putters. Love that. Rob Coates, when can we talk about the adapter change on the new Cobra? January is when we can talk about that. Ooh. But you can go and see the pictures.
See the pictures.
Pretty, pretty pictures. I think we missed a super chat. I think there was one early on.
Nope, I got it.
Oh, did you get it?
Yep.
Look at you, eh? What a guy.
Might as well do it right for the last time. Matt Stremick, happy for you, Ian, but who's going to keep young Michael in line now?
Listen, I'll still be the one keeping it in line.
Don't you worry.
I'll still be the one.
I'll bend your line, six flat. Good luck.
Yeah. Michael will be just fine.
Brian Rami, new Provie. Seen it, used it. You guys get earlier than us. What you think?
I've not used it. You've used it.
Yeah, I've played it for a couple weeks. I haven't lost them, thank goodness. I will. Yeah, they're good. From just using them so far, I would say the cover seems more durable, but I know nothing about the ball. I just was given a sleeve of balls. That's it. There we go. John Jensen back in the house. Everyone's here today. Hi, gents. I'm jealous, Ian. I need to be retired. Went back to TSR1 from AI Smoke. I think it's the lighter head helps me square the face. About 10 yards shorter on max. Hit, but in fairway. Have last lunch on me.
Thank you, John. Much appreciated, my friend. Yeah, I mean, AI Smoke, yeah, dry woods are incredible. TSR1 is a great driver. If in the lighter category, I think, is probably many would guess there's going to be probably a new GT1 coming early in the new year. So those that kind of like the lighter stuff, get ready for that. There'll be some obviously new hybrids coming too, which will be nice. Some other stuff potentially as well. Lots of good stuff.
I love how when you posted your, so long farewell thing, the DMs, people like, retired, never going to do anything. I'm like, folks, he's 40 for the love of God. He's not going to be retired.
I don't know, I kind of like the idea of retirement.
Your wife won't like the idea of retirement.
I've not been in the house the last week. I've been on the golf course. It's been fantastic. I tell you what, playing consecutive days for like a week is unbelievable for your golf game.
What have I told you?
Unbelievable.
See, in the summer when you were practicing a lot, and I know you were going through some stuff, and I said, just go play 9 holes 3 times a week. Now look at your Stripe Show Joe.
It's great. Played yesterday, and I was saying to you earlier, like, definitely the most control I've had of the golf ball all season by a million miles. Knew where it was going. Certain holes call for a cut, certain holes call for, can hit one a little bit harder. Just it was good.
Practice overrated.
A mixture. That was I only played 3 times last week, but I hit balls every day, and chipped and putted and done all that stuff. It was great.
I love how for you only 3 times now. Used to play 3 times in a month.
Aye. That's what even like the guys at the shop and stuff. They're like, we've never seen you out here this much. It's
like 3-4 times a week, and I'm still employed.
All right. Oh, John Fishburn has bigger news in the world of golf. He got a new 5-wood OG Sim Titanium with a Tensei Pro Orange. Not a Srixon fairway wood.
Come on, Fish.
Let's see. Well, Austin's saying, let's see more lessons stroke golf content with Mikey. Love to see his game improve. I think that video today will be interesting for a lot of people to see. You've not hit balls on the channel for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Some nice changes to the swing path. And
yeah, some changes, definitely.
Good.
I think so.
I think so too. David Petrick, thanks for all the great content over the years. Thank you guys for being around. There's no good content unless there's great subscribers and a great community. So that is for sure. Thanks to everyone who's paid attention, to comment, contribute, everyone who comes in these lives. I mean, it's a bit more of a, it's definitely a bit more of a commitment to join for a live and you know, type away and comment and be part of it. Often not even have conversations or questions just directed at us, like talking amongst yourselves. Like I love to see that when, you know, there's people just, you know, high-fiving each other, nice to see you, blah, blah, blah. It's great. It's really nice. While we're gibbering a lot of nonsense.
High-fiving each other.
I know Rob quotes, someone get Bandit on the line. All the OGs seem to be here. That's so true.
I don't know which one's to answer, which one's not to answer.
Answer anything you want. I don't think there's anything off limits, is there?
Kyle H., I don't even know if we would know this. What are some of the funniest outtakes that never made it to the TXG Club Champion videos?
Jeez.
There was a bit of a rough spell at one point, folks, where Ian and I were operating the cameras.
Oh, aye.
And we recorded a video and forgot to press record.
That was a rough few weeks.
That was a rough few weeks. There was a lot of swearing. There was a lot of miserable faces.
Well, I mean, thinking about that, the kind of highs and lows of the channel in the sense of, I'm sure from the outside, and certainly looking back now, the channel's been operational for 7 years, just coming up for 7 years on the 17th of December, I think is the date. But it obviously has had lots of ups and downs, lots of changes of face and things like that. There's been
a lot of people,
multiple different people come in to help support it in different times when, you know, we've had struggles with stuff. And like young Luke who came in and helped us. I mean, incredible that he was even able to do that, to be honest. You know, and the channel still, you know, chugged along and we were still here doing our thing. But you're right, we turned the cameras on many times without turning the record button on a few times. And just, I remember that, I think I launched a club in here one time.
It went very far.
Yeah.
It was a set of irons that went that way.
Oh yeah, that was a full set of irons.
Full set of irons.
A full set of irons.
To be fair,
launched in here one day.
The first time we recorded, we didn't. The second time, no sound.
No, that's right.
And then we had to do it a third time, and it was a driver fit for me, and it was different 2 times out of the 3.
So yeah, there's I mean, anyone who's been involved in doing sort of production type stuff or content type stuff, I mean, there's got to be upwards of 1,300, 1,400 videos or so being, you know, uploaded now between the lives and stuff like that. Like, you're gonna have a lot of bloopers.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, those were dark filming days, but they're also some of the best ones you look back on and laugh at and stuff like that. So it's good.
Matthew Seneca says, Ian quit when he heard I was coming. Best of luck in the future ventures. Guess I'll be holding off that fitting session for another season.
Well, so to that point, I actually will be doing, so there's a list of people, like even after I had left, there was, we had a client flew in from Australia to be fit. So there actually is still a list of people that have asked to be fit. I probably will still be doing some fits between now and the end of the season just to kind of satisfy that list. So not entirely done with fitting. We are going to try and get through some of that list if we can.
Fishburn saying that the Strixon goes too far and his course won't put in any tiger tees.
Yep. Fish tees.
Fish tees.
Never mind the tiger, it's all about the fish.
Ryan Scott. Do you know how to hook 'em horns?
Do it again? No.
Can you explain why I tend to get better results from an 85 to 95 gram shaft in regular flex than I do from my 120X iron shafts I was fit for? I am 125 mile an hour, 7-iron ball speed, and hits a draw. 125 mile an hour, 7-iron.
Go back, bring it back up. Ball speed. Yeah, that's not that high.
I just hit 6-iron, so.
Yeah, that's about your 6, that's not.
It's not my 7-iron.
Right, I think it's truly the sort of reason why club fitting exists, because you could quite easily be put over in here in this category, right? Based on your swing speed, your delivery type, all these types of things. And if we go down the route of not seeing the results we think we should be getting from the types of products we're putting in your hands, we go in a different direction. And you've obviously done that. You've explored lighter, you've explored different things. Mikey, by keeping the exact same weight, very similar profile, had different delivery on graphite versus steel. Nothing really changed.
Yeah.
Now, things did change, but you know, the things that we think will move the needle in the delivery weren't changed, but there's subtleties to it. So that is the nuance of an elite fitter, is knowing how you can move the club, move the player, move the strike, all these sorts of things. Understanding how you can manipulate the situation to your benefit and ultimately more for the player's benefit. So it's just, there's a wide array of options that we as club fitters have, and that's why, you know, a wall of shafts behind us exists, because it's quite incredible, you know, the differences it can make.
Franz is saying, gonna miss you guys and all the great content. Question, how easy and safe is it to bend Langle on the Scotty Cameron Phantom putter? Super safe, super easy. Put in the right gauge, protect it a little bit.
Though, with a Phantom, right? It's got the stump.
Yeah.
I mean,
you get a
cut a degree
couple.
or two.
Yeah, 2 degrees.
Yeah. I wouldn't be sort of encouraging anyone to sort of wail away on that when the way you can with like an answer or some kind of double bend or.
Can you reveal the brand of irons that were tossed?
What was it?
If I'm not mistaken, they were New Levels.
No, I don't. I think it was maybe.
Or P790s.
Can't remember.
Yeah. They were fine. It wasn't towards the brand. It was just at a hanger.
I can remember it so clearly. I remember just a scream of rhymes with duck. Duck! That was funny. Stephen is asking, should you have a different wedge setup from summer to fall stroke winter? I mean, Stephen, you could, if for a couple of different reasons. If turf conditions really change, if sand condition changes and you need a little bit more bounce, maybe slightly wider sole, if you were still competitively playing, you could. If you wanted to save the face and you know, not kind of wear your gamers down and wait to the spring to play them again, you could. But you know, not necessary. Also, for those who don't have a backup set of wedges, I would say in the winter time, using less loft and learning to deliver more loft on those lower lofted gap wedges and sand wedge. If you're normally a 60 degree, that's very beneficial because you will access more bounce. The more loft you have, the more lean you will have, and you'll really bring that leading edge versus the back edge. So I think modifying technique is probably the easiest way for most people to address it. Plus, when the greens get slow and wet, having the lower amount of loft will decrease spin and the ball will release towards the hole a lot more, rather than that one where you pitch it and it just stops dead and leave yourself a 10-footer. You could easily get 6 to 8 feet of run and you know, you've got that nice little gimme.
John Jensen threw another one in there, offering you a job basically. Come work for someone in Carlsbad as their PR guy. If you do move to San Diego, you will never pay a green fee. Most importantly of this thing is when he started watching, he was an 18 handicap, now he's an 11.
I tell you what, it was Friday and Saturday. It was fairly emotional reading some people's stories about, like, I found the channel, you know, this was going on in my life. I kind of got, you know, hooked on it. I got into it. There was lots of content coming out from you guys. And every time I turned on, you know, my phone or turned on YouTube, you brightened up my day. And, you know, now I'm a gear junkie. You know, now I love tinkering with equipment. Like you said, handicap reductions. Like, hearing people's stories, Mikey,
That's cool.
it's one of the most rewarding, because we're sitting here, we don't think that way. You don't think that's kind of going on in the world, but you know, you don't know what's going on in people's lives and where people find an outlet for the difficult things that's going on. So, and guys, you guys have helped us, you know, again, and go back to, like, through COVID, you know, the outlet of having YouTube, the outlet of having the community, you know, when you can't socialize, you can't have social interactions, but, you know, we were still able to come in here and you know, communicate with you guys and still able to do content and stuff like that. That was a huge outlet for us. So as much as you guys have helped, you know, we've maybe helped some of you, you guys have definitely helped us too, without a doubt. Corey, you okay? You're kind of lingering.
Yeah, I'm good. I think both your batteries will probably die soon.
Okay. Guys, give us 2 seconds. We are running.
I got 2 bars.
I'm one. Yeah, I'm okay.
Alfred is saying, congratulations, Ian, and thank you for all the hard work on the combined channel. I have really enjoyed learning from you all. All the best for your future. Missed my chance to get a fitting.
Thank you, Alfred. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. What's the next steps for Mikey? Alex is asking. Continue to do great things.
Yep, continue to do great things.
Endeavour to do better things.
Yep. Here to be, yep. That's it. Be here and have a laugh and make sure people are smiling. No one needs to know. No one, doesn't matter what I'm doing.
Stop. Of course it matters. I mean, I got that question all the time. You know, what's Mikey going to do?
Yep.
I said, I have no idea. He doesn't talk to me anymore.
Oh, that's such a lie. You don't even text me back.
When?
Here we go.
Look, after every black message is a
Monday.
blue message.
Monday replies. Wednesday, call me quickly because you needed something. Thursday, let me know what you think of the space. I
You were
called you
just
today.
saying you were not coming around. That was what you said. I'm
But I also asked you a question.
You're a diva. You're a wee bit sensitive.
Daniel Winterbottom, are you coming back to Blighty?
Blighty, yeah, UK. No, that's not in the agenda. Could do it.
Someone sent a DM and he's like, "Oh, he's definitely moving back to Scotland." Called it.
I'm so
I replied
surprised
back. I was
people
like,
are,
"Yeah, actually, he's moving to north of Scotland." The things I've sent people over the last weekend is so good.
No, I'm not moving back to the UK. No, it's definitely like weather's a big part of it. Obviously, you know, we're raising our kids here and they're in school here. You know, we just became Canadian citizens. We just literally have a Canadian passport now,
So
which
good.
is it's really cool, really cool.
Did you
So-
memorize the oath
No,
to King Chucky?
no, I didn't. But I said it and I sung the national anthem and
Give us a verse.
good. All right, let's see.
Alex McTiernan. Ian, congrats on the retirement. Thoughts on G430 Max versus Dark Speed Max?
Two good drivers. Two really good drivers. I think, I mean, a G430 Max for me falls into a bit of GOAT territory. You know, for a forgiving driver, adjustability. I think that's one that kind of you would struggle to beat a driver like that. If that comes in the bay 3, 4, 5 years from now, that fitter has their work cut out for it. So I would have to lean towards the G430 Max. I still think Cobra, you know, I think the Dark Speed line has been really good. From what I've seen of the new ones, I'm expecting that to take a whole different, you know, level of customization for the next line. I'm excited about it. So, yeah, definitely. Dennis Lee is asking, when building a set of graphite irons, one for you, Michael, and a play lens 1/2 inch short, I know that graphite are usually 1/2 inch longer for swing weight, but should I cut to correct length? I think it got missed.
Graphite irons are usually longer for swing weight.
Yeah, so normally,
Yeah.
OEMs have done that over the years, just because balance points generally a touch higher, obviously. And
I mean, depending,
Raw
you
weight.
know, build them, you know, progressive swing weight. I would cut them to the length you're fit for. I wouldn't play them longer to hit a said swing weight, in my opinion, because I think that will just interfere with strike. So fit what's comfortable, cut what's comfortable, and build them accordingly. I wouldn't play them longer just for swing weight.
No, that's never been something I've liked to do. You know, that's something I think there's been a few club builders I've worked with over the years who have came to me with a prescription and said, you know, head weights have come out a little bit light. Do you want me to just go a little bit long to offset? And I'm like, no, like length is not something we play with.
Yeah.
You know, like weight we can play with, and as you say, ultimately get the weight into the built club that was in the fitted club. But yeah, no, we don't play with length in that regard. No, not at all. Not at all. Andrew Azorski, Ian, you'll be missed. Thank you, Andrew. Can you talk about GT2 13.5 3-wood versus, or GT2 13.5 versus GT2 stroke GT3 3-woods? Looking for more operation between 3 and 5 wood and looking to bring spin down from current fairway wood in a G4.
Spin down from a
G430 LST. Yeah, I didn't find that was that low spin, that LST. I actually think that was a bit of a miss, that one.
Really, I quite like it for customers. I thought it was low spin.
Did you? I tried it with a bunch of people. I never got more pop out of it.
Oh, really?
No, I never. I tested with a bunch of people that even the Max one, and it seemed to keep up for some reason. I know you fit a lot of people. I think sometimes though, I don't know. Some people see the opportunity to pick a club in a different way. So you might see a set of circumstances, delivery circumstances, and go, "That's a G430 LST. I'm going to give that." And then all of a sudden, you hit all your markers, and then another fitter might think there's an opportunity, but it's not really an opportunity, and it doesn't work. It's not that it's a bad club; it's just not for that situation. Andrew, I've talked about this quite a lot recently in terms of the second wood in the bag, or the first wood behind the driver, effectively, first fairway wood. I really like the idea of having something that has like a bit of difference, a bit of nuance to it, and that's why like I'm playing mini driver, and to be honest, I think I'm done with that kind of like change of. I've played a little bit or enough now that I know that the times I pulled mini driver, fairway wood wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah.
It really wouldn't. Like off the tee.
That's the AI one?
No.
Really?
Yeah. The AI one I spun too much in the course. It's kind of that, again, it's another one of those fit nuances.
Interesting.
Indoors, burner spins lower. Outdoors, it spins just right. And that's why, same with the driver loft.
Yeah.
8 degrees of loft indoors is too low. Outdoors, it's just right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean Taylor, have you ever tested on channel or otherwise the Japanese custom irons, i.e. Itabori?
Your favourite.
Oh, we've tested them, not on video.
Haven't, have we?
We've hit them.
We've hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've hit them. They obviously get a lot of traction because of how they look. I know Peter Finch has tested them on his channel, so if you haven't, Sean, if you haven't seen any of the channels testing Itabori irons, I know Pete has definitely tested them. So as a reference point of somebody who tests all the clubs, he is, someone who definitely tests most of what's out there. Although I do think it's interesting right now with the content channels, and it seems to me that there's less testing going on. It feels like
more playing content.
Yeah, so. Matt Fryer and James Robinson, Peter Finch. I think Mark Crossfield's a little bit a different window because I think Mark likes the teaching side of things a little bit more, and he likes maybe the more technical swing-related stuff. And he's excellent at that in that niche because he's a real deep understanding of all of those things. And then you've got the content creators that are more maybe going towards on-course lifestyle, vlog style. Like I think for me, not that it matters what I think, but I think Peter Finch's content this year has been the one that stood out to me as being the person who's kind of done different stuff that I think has been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like he basically went all around the UK taking on head pros at their home club.
I've watched a couple of them. They're good.
Like hundreds of people coming out to watch, and there's donations to the
crazy.
local club, and like
Junior programs.
yeah, it's brilliant. You know, it's really, really good. So I think his content's been fantastic. I really, really do. But there's so many good ones out there. There really is so many good content creators now. It's quite incredible, and we couldn't go without giving a shout out to our pal Mac Boucher.
Mm-hmm. Good luck this week, pal.
Yep, the Thailand Tigers out there taking on the.
I had a
taking on
different
the
name for
best.
him, but we'll go with Thailand Tiger.
No, it's fantastic to see him out there competing and putting that tournament in the spotlight of a different audience. I mean, Luke Kwan, you talked about it earlier on.
Crazy.
Incredible golf that he played. Making the cut in that tournament he played. I mean, shot 5 under first round. It's really impressive.
Yeah. A friend from South Africa, Abdullah, says there's no better channel on YouTube, period.
Thank you.
The GOAT of YouTube is Club Champion.
Thank you. I think, like in our little niche, when it comes to equipment, I hope hope people see that we do the content we do. We care about. We create it with a lot of thought and passion. Like even doing that test this morning of 4 steel shafts versus 4 graphite iron shafts. I don't know if there's many channels that will do that type of test and look into all the differences and then be able to extract all the little subtleties to the player's delivery and things like that. So I think that is where the channel has had some value. I would assume that's the type of stuff that will continue on the channel in the new year. I really don't know what the kind of vision for that is. As I say, there's going to be more than just, again, not really for me to say. Club Champion will announce it in their own way what the future of the channel will be. But I think there'll be lots of people who like the direction of it. Put it that way.
For sure.
That's the way we do it is not going to be for everyone every time. So variety is the spice of life, Michael.
Amen.
Anthony saying Luke Kwan has been killing it too. Definitely. I think Luke Kwan, I love Garrett's.
Is he playing good?
Yeah. He's been playing. He always plays good. Definitely.
John Kelly. What? Ian leaving. I'm late one time and my world is falling apart.
John, you'll be fine. Let's see.
Cropsdull, I probably didn't pronounce that right. What chances do you give Mac to make the cut on his Asian Tour start, and how wide will he sling it? Well, if you've seen his content recently on Instagram, he's been working on the straight ball, and
I really like the look of his swing when he's hitting the straighter.
I could watch more videos of him hitting the straight ball
Yeah, I agree.
than the sling, but I think Mac, if he's hitting the straight ball as well as he was last week when he was out practicing, working on his game, yeah, I think obviously putting in short game is where it comes down to, but I think many fairways will be hit.
I think if he can get the ball in play and off the tee, and he gets comfortable enough seeing the ball going in play, his iron game's really, really strong. His chipping's great, really creative around the greens. I think probably the biggest challenge I would foresee is him being comfortable enough in the greens not to miss too many inside 5 feet, that type of thing. But his ball striking is exceptional.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Whisker, of all that you two have been a part of over the last 8 years, is there something that you're excited about seeing or coming to golf, something you want to remain in touch with? I mean, just simply, Whisker, the evolution of YouTube golf and staying in touch with the communities that can be built off the back of that. The fact that we even recognize names that come in every week, and on, you know, we're answering messages on the videos and stuff like that. That's a pretty special thing, and YouTube Golf is going from strength to strength. You see that with Mac and Luke going out to play events in the Asian Tour, you know, Creator Classic, you know, giving opportunities for creators to play on the PGA Tour. Like, that's not going away. These things were, you know, massively successful. These representatives of YouTube Golf are going out there and making cuts and playing incredibly well. George Bryan, unbelievable golfer. Whether people want to call it or not, Wesley is a YouTuber. He has, you know, he has been on YouTube for a long time. He's contributed a lot to the YouTube world. He's a PGA Tour player, you know, and he lives both lives. So YouTube Golf is not going away. I actually think I read something yesterday, is celebrity golf dead? Did you see that?
Someone posted that. Who posted that?
It might be
Golf
Digest or something.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that celebrity golf is dead, but the people that you want to watch, so people watch celebrity golfers because they'll mic them up. You'll get Brady and Charles Barkley and all that sort of stuff. I think when you see what Bryson's doing, that's what celebrity golf, you know, so they'll mic up Bryson and Phil breaking, was it 50?
50, yeah.
That's what YouTube Golf will be more of. These unbelievable athletes will take the entertainment side of things, lift it, enhance it, and that will fill the void of what celebrity golf was doing.
Would you ever go to one of those lives to watch them play, like Bryson and Brooks versus Scotty and Rory, or would you rather just watch it on TV?
I don't think the coverage has been good. Anytime I've watched any of these events, I've not enjoyed the coverage of it.
They got to stop doing the events in the night. Play when the sun's up.
I would. I'd be curious to go to maybe one in Vegas or something like that, and out at Shadow Creek.
Viva Las Vegas.
You never know. MS, when will we be doing a review of the Acra Shogun series?
Ooh.
Talk to us, Michael. Talk to us.
I don't know, folks. But it's a nice shaft, I can attest. It's been in the driver for
a week.
I put it in on Thursday night, so a couple days.
Nice.
So far, so good. Straight. I lofted the driver up a bit. I was playing a shaft out of Korea that I hit well when I first put it in, but it got too soft.
Yeah.
And so lofted up a bit and playing a Shogun green, and I've been pretty happy with it. Really good product. He's asked twice. Sudsy on the water. I'm not staying on the channel.
No. Yeah, no, I mean, that's... I don't know. There's a lot could be said about that, but...
You'll be fine, Sudsy. You can come to
you know where to find him.
Give us a hug.
Maybe then you can create your own channel. The Honest Golf, was it?
Hi, the Honest Golf Reviewer. That would be so good.
The Honest Golf Reviewer.
I'd have no accounts. People wouldn't send me product.
But you'd be telling the truth.
Yep.
Or Mikey's version of the truth. John Fishburn thinks that Roger Steele can make a run at Tour.
And boy, it's hard.
If you put Roger Steele, and Roger's, listen, I think, I couldn't believe his level of game in that Creator Classic.
Crazy. When he hit that one of the couple first drives, we all looked at the ball speed. We're like
190, 192 ball speed. Like
crazy.
And I get straight in the text to wonder, I'm like, does Roger have that much game? And he's like, absolutely. Now, the difference, and Roger would be the first to tell you, the difference between somebody who, you know, is a +1 or 2 and has attributes like hitting it long and stuff, and even an average PGA Tour player, the difference is massive. It just is. So, listen, though, any tournament that has Roger Steele in it, whether it's playing, commentating, presenting, is a better tournament for having him in the tournament, because, you know, he has a personality that just makes everything better. He's one of the most positive people I've, you know, ever seen present. We were at a Callaway event last November. It was freezing. Everyone was miserable. And he's literally on stage presenting this new product like it's Christmas morning and he's a 5-year-old kid. You know,
good
it's
energy.
brilliant, great energy, and that's what it's all about. I think that's what YouTube golf is all about, and you know, people bringing people to the game, and he's somebody who will bring people to the game. There's no doubt about that.
Dave Vogel loves to stir the pot.
What's he saying?
I think it was Luke Kwan said his ball speeds on the tournament were inflated and not accurate. Let us live in a little bit of.
I would agree with that. You?
I don't know.
I would agree with that. I think I've looked at the ball speeds now, and the biggest thing is when I look at fairway woods being hit, and I'm seeing like fairway ball speed 175. I'm like, I've very rarely ever seen anyone of any level other than maybe like a Drew Cooper or whatever. Like even for those of you who watched the channel from like late 2017, you know, and watched, you know, Matt hit fairways, you can probably count in your one hand the amount of times, even at his speed, as quick as he was, that he got into the 170s when it came to three woods. I mean, that's rare space. So I would say that I think there is probably a little bit of inflation.
Stupid though. What's the point?
I don't think I completely agree with you.
What a wasted
I know.
effort or whatever.
Totally.
Whoever's doing it is a waste of time. If you're watching, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, I totally agree. I hate it. I hate it. Because the reality is we all know now, launch monitors are so accessible. We kind of know what the speeds that people are at, and we know what's out there. And then when we see these sort of speeds, it's just like, I think it's too much.
The real question is T-Dub's going to play in the Masters?
He did another procedure, didn't he? So
I was a month ago. He'll be fine.
I think he'll probably play.
I don't think he'll play in December.
No.
He'll be there though.
I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, his tournament. He better be there.
Might need to change our tickets to the Thursday.
I know. That's the first time I've heard you admit that.
I know.
First time I've heard you admit that. Other than Bryson on YouTube, are other live golfers starting to become forgotten about? Like, are people forgetting about Taylor Gooch? Are people forgetting about Sergio?
Liv was on this week. Were they at the Greenbrier this week?
Were they?
Or maybe it was a replay. I don't know.
no
But it was
idea.
being played in one of the TVs at the club. And I saw Cam Smith hit a shot. And I go, oh, yeah, Cam Smith. Like, you kind of, like, I guess you do because you don't see them all the time.
Schwartzel,
Yeah.
Louis Oosthuizen.
Yeah. Major winners.
Yeah. I know, I definitely.
And I think Oosthuizen's swing is unreal. Schwartzel stripes it. I think Taylor Gooch is a good player. But yeah, you do kind of, you forget about them because you don't watch it.
A little bit.
But also you watch the event from this week in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know half
I
the
don't know.
leaderboard.
Who won it? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't pay attention, to be honest. After the FedEx Cup, I'm kind of checked out on golf until January, till they go to the Century
Hawaii,
Tournament of Champions.
Aloha.
All right, let's do 5 more minutes because we cheated you of the first 2 minutes because Mikey hadn't turned the microphones on and all that sort of stuff. So
And I said a big secret too, so you missed it.
I know. Those who can read lips.
Ernie Mangus. Ian, you guys made COVID more bearable for most of us. One constant we all got was the lads, dropping knowledge and just making the world a brighter place. Thanks.
Cheers to you, Ernie. Thank you. It was good, honestly, as I say, mutually beneficial, without a doubt. Good for all of us. I remember driving through York, the Starbucks up the road, and it was at the time when they were like, stay at home, and I remember picking up a drive-through, and the girl was saying like, she said to me like, please go home, like don't be out, like what are you doing out? And I'm like, well, I'm working, I'm heading down to my work. And she's like, what do you do? And I was like, well, we make, YouTube videos for golf and golfers, and she's like, oh, that's really cool. And I was like, I know what you're saying, but it's really nice to be out. It's really nice to be driving to a Starbucks and grabbing my routine tea. And it was funny just to have an interaction with somebody who was like so almost afraid. And it was like, no, we're actually out doing something that kind of connecting with people. And then she was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
To be fair, I could use 3 months of being off.
Your life's a vacation.
David Sparks. P7CB versus Blueprint S versus ZX7. Can't decide. Hit them all well. Get 3 sets.
3 sets is easy.
David, come on.
Hit them all well. Interesting you hit them all well because I can see you hitting P7CB and Blueprint S well and that being tight. ZX7 I see in a different bucket. So, depends what you need.
I like a Strixon.
I mean, we all like a Strixon, don't we? It's a tried and tested formula now.
It's a good iron.
I would like to test the Hideki model without the V-sole. I think that would be fun. We use it as ZX7s without the V, slightly thinner top line.
That's nice.
Now you're talking.
That's nice.
I think if you had an option, if Strixon had offered an option of maybe like a pre-worn leading edge or something like that, more conventional sole for the shallower angle of attacks, and then obviously the V option for the steeper angle attacks, I think that could be a part of the future of this game is more customizable parts of the, like how do you like your top line, how do you like your sole, how do you like, offset profiles, these types of things. Whisker thinks, I'm predicting it now, these two have something up their sleeves for the future.
We got no sleeves on today. Nothing. Look.
Nothing up these sleeves. Okay, great. Tabs 31. Is Goofy a dog or half wolf? I'm going dog.
Yeah, I'm going dog for sure. I gotta look up a photo of Goofy.
I'm going. I was going to show you.
Oh, look. There's a Goofy right there. He's a dog for sure.
Goofy's a dog. I'm surprised that one's up for debate.
Wow, I gotta text someone. Never mind. Cool. Yeah, Goofy's a dog for sure. I never thought he would be a wolf.
I've
That's
been
like, is Mickey a mouse or a rat?
That's exactly what it's like.
He's
I've
a
been to
mouse.
Disney a few times.
It's a mouse.
I've never said a mouse. Now, that takes you back, doesn't it?
That's
Tell that story.
8 years ago, folks.
Tell that story.
We're in our Burlington studio.
Yep. You weren't even allowed to be an employee of TXT at the time. You were
We barely no money.
less than no money.
Nate's studio was hanging by a thread. We were building demo matrix Thanksgiving 8 years ago at 5 a.m. till 5 a.m.
You and I had Thanksgiving dinner in a
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
My mom was raging. Oh well, look at it now.
Look at it now.
And we were watching We watched The Godfather.
Yep.
Ghost Stories. Elizabeth.
I know.
What's that show called?
Most Haunted. I was educating Michael on.
I don't like a ghost.
Yeah, he's a bit scared, right? And it was late at night. There was wee noises in the, and we were talking about Halloween and different ghost stories. So I was telling him some things I used to do in my childhood at Halloween. We ended up on a TV show called, for those of you in the UK will know it, called Most Haunted, and we were on this live one, and I was showing him on YouTube this Most Haunted live, and I tell you what, your wee face, you were petrified.
It was pitch black. It was rainy outside.
Oh,
Close to Halloween.
Too funny. Too funny.
Better golfer, Ohtani or Aaron Judge?
That's not even a question, is it? I mean,
Oh, well, it is a question.
It's not, but it's not really a question. It's not questionable. I mean, I think it's Ohtani by a million miles. Ohtani can pitch. He can, he could be an unbelievable pitcher. He could be an unbelievable batter. I think it's Ohtani by a mile. But is it going to be the Mets or is it going the Yankees or is it going to be the Dodgers? It's not going to be the Mets.
The Mets are on the first tee today.
I know.
I don't know. Yankees or Dodgers, both are good.
I just can't see past the Dodgers. I think that lineup is just so strong. I just think the depth and just offensively, like so many times the Mets would sort of be holding their offense, and then all of a sudden go on runs and spurts of 3 runs, 4 runs, I don't know, they can take a game away from you so fast.
I think the aura of the Yankees, if they would ever come play the Jays, you go to one of the games, you see them, even back in the day, and you're like, wow, they're just a different league above. But I know the Jays are garbage right
it's
now.
Like what we were talking about earlier on, though. It's like, is the Yankees versus the Dodgers a good World Series? Well, it's like Man United and Real Madrid in a Champions League final. It's good. You know, it's big names, big franchises, you know, big players like Otani. You know, it's just even bringing up a question like, you know, who's better, you know, in terms of Judge or Otani. It's great.
Yeah. I think it'll be a good World Series.
I think so too. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be pretty close. Dodgers have the better record, right? So they'll start at home. It's going to be, they were, that'll be good. It will be good.
Little Subway Series would have been cool.
I know. I tell you, I would have loved it. I would have loved it. And I guys, I'm not, those of you following my social and I repost, you know, Mets win and stuff like that. My brother is a huge baseball fan and a huge Mets fan. For his 40th birthday, he and I went to New York and kind of went to a Mets-Phillies series and had a chance to, you know, experience baseball in a different way because a friend of ours was working for the Mets at the time and we had the best seats in the house and all that sort of stuff. But, and he's huge into baseball and I've kind of pivoted or piggybacked off of his support but just to have like an interest in playoff or postseason baseball has been like one of the most enjoyable things I've kind of had in sports, especially this run because they were down and then they were back and then they were out and then they were back. It just, you know, the start of the season they were one of the worst teams in the MLB. Then from June 1st onwards they had the best record in the MLB. It was a crazy run, but I will enjoy baseball forever now off the back of watching the Mets have that run this postseason. It's great.
Just tough watching when your team's not very good.
It's tough. It's in a city like Toronto, you know, they're so, like I know obviously the Raptors won, but that was a bit of the stars align. It felt like a bit of like, you know, just not luck, but it was just, you know, it's always the Leafs up here. You know, and the Leafs are more consistent, have been pretty consistent, albeit, you know, they don't kind of do anything when it comes to playoffs. But like the Blue Jays are a bit of a mess. Raptors, bit of a mess.
The Raptors
TFC,
right now
bit of a mess.
feel like 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Just bad.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting.
Definitely.
But you still cheer for them, I guess.
Without a doubt. Okay, guys, we're going to have to love you and leave you. We've got a few more videos to get through today. As I said, for those who are catching the back end, you know, we don't have too many of these videos or filming days or sessions left. We're going to try and get one more live from one of our filming days. We'll try and kind of have that. You know, this one's a bit more impromptu in that we weren't kind of planning on announcing that the lives were going away and stuff like that until today. So we will definitely be scheduling one, and I'd love for everyone who watches this, whether you're live right now, whether you watch it down the line, whenever it is, I would love for as many of you to join us for that last live as possible. We'll maybe try and kind of, you know, put some stuff up our sleeve in terms of maybe do some giveaways and do some stuff, and just as a thank you to you guys, and hopefully you stick with the channel and support it. You know, it's going to be continuing to be testing the latest and greatest product from the golf industry. There'll be some other stuff around club fitting in terms of why, as an option that's available to you guys, there's always going to be great value in being club fit and seeing the way different fitters do it. I think that was one thing people used to ask me all the time, like, you know, get some of the other fitters on the channel, like, let's see some other skill sets. You know, we've now seen you guys, we love what you do, but let's see it through someone else's eyes and that vision. So you'll get a chance to see that. So, you know, follow that along, and you know, there'll be some different things that you might be pleasantly surprised by what you see. So, you know, give it the support that you gave us. That's all we would say. All right, guys, we will see you back. I don't think it's next week. Are we here next week, or are we? We might be here next week. We might be here. We'll as I say, we'll post it in the Club Champion social media handle anyway. We'll try and schedule that one as far out as we can. So we'd love to see you there. All right, guys, have a great week.